Hi everyone, we're going to find the partial fraction decomposition of this particular problem. It was actually written as x to the fourth minus 9x squared. So I went ahead and factored out the x squared, and then I went ahead and did my difference of squares and factored it more. So these are repeated linears right here, and then we have two different linears for here. And we're putting a over x, b over x squared, plus c over x minus 3, plus d over x plus 3. The first thing we want to do is clear the fractions. So I'm going to multiply by my least common denominator on each side of the equation. So we're left with, this should have been 2x plus 3. Sorry about that. So we're left with 2x plus 3 equals, and this cancels, and we're left with a times x minus 3 times x plus 3. Then the x squares cancel, and you're left with b times x minus 3 times x plus 3. Then this cancels, so you're left with c times x squared times x plus 3. And this cancels here, so you're left with plus d times x squared times x minus 3. So the first thing we're going to do is let x be 0. Let x be 0. What happens is this is 0, and when you multiply 0 by all this, this will cancel out. 0 squared 0, so that's all going to cancel out. Put a 0 here, that cancels out. So now we're going to find our b here. So we're going to do 2 times 0 plus 3 equals b times 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 3. So you get 3 equals, and this is negative 3 times 3, so that's negative 9. B, so my b is going to be negative 1/3 when you reduce that out. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is let x equal, let's see, x equal 3. If you let x equal 3, what's going to happen is this will cancel out because 3 minus 3 is 0, so that zeroes that out. If you let x be 3 here, that's going to be 0, so that cancels out. The c won't cancel out, but this one will, so 3 minus 3. So when you let x be 3, we're just going to deal with these two right here. So 2 times 3 plus 3 equals c times 3 squared times 3 plus 3. So 6 plus 3 is 9. And then we're going to get this equals 9 times 6 is 54c. So 9 over 54 equals c. Therefore, c equals 1/6 when you reduce it. All right, the next one, we're going to let x equal negative 3. When you let x equal, whoops, why did I put negative 1? Let x equal negative 3. Now what happens here is this will cancel out. Negative 3 here will make that a 0. That will cancel out. Negative 3 here will make a 0, and that will cancel that out. So that's why we chose that number. So we're going to find our d. So we have 2 times negative 3 plus 3 equals d times negative 3 squared times negative 3 minus 3. So this is going to be negative 3. And this is 9 times negative 6, which is negative 54d. So d equals 3 over 54, which equals 1/18. And finally, to get, what are we missing? We're missing our a. So our a has everything in it, the 0, 3, and negative 3. So what we're going to do is use our information and just let x equal 1. Pick something small, and we're going to plug 1 into all this. So we have 2 times 1 plus 3 equals a times 1 times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 3 plus b times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 3. 1 squared is just, these are just all 1s, so I'm not going to keep putting those. So then we get plus c times 1 plus 3 plus d times 1 minus 3. So this is going to give you 5 equals negative 8a minus 8b plus 4c minus 2d. And then we're going to plug in our a, b, and not our a, but our b, c, and d. So we get 5 equals negative 8a minus 8 times 1/3 plus 4 times c was what? 1/6 minus 2 times 1/18. And when you simplify all that, you're going to get 5 equals negative 8a plus, this was negative 1/3, plus 8/3 plus 2/3 minus 1/9. And you're going to get, and I'm going to, well, we can do it over here. So we're going to get negative 8a equals 16 over 9. Multiply both sides by negative 1/8. So that's going to give you a equals negative 2/9. All right. So let's write all this down. A is negative 2/9. Our B was 1/3. Our C was 1/6. And our D was 1/18. All right. Now let's plug it all in. So we have 2x plus 3 divided by x to the 4th minus 9x squared. So my a is negative 2/9 divided by x plus negative 1/3 divided by x squared plus 1/6 is my c, x minus 3 plus 1 over 18 divided by x plus 3. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.